Hey guys! In this video, we are learning about Florida. All information in this video is collected from facts.net and deskguides.com. So, let's start. Number 1. Florida is one of the world's leading agricultural states. The Sunshine State is the biggest producer of watermelons in the United States. Because of Florida's perpetually sunny weather, the state can also grow different varieties of crops like tomatoes and strawberries. However, it does not stop there. The state's major crops include citrus, sugarcane, peppers, cotton, peanuts, snap beans, and potatoes. Number 2. The Everglades is a popular tourist destination in southern Florida. Florida has 1.5 million acre wetland reserves on the southern tip of the state, known as the Everglades National Park. The Everglades is the only place on Earth where crocodiles and alligators live together. It is also home to over 100 different species of animals and plants. Everglades is also home to some of the most endangered species such as the leatherback turtle, West Indian manatee, and Florida panther. Back in the year 1970, the panthers in Florida almost became extinct with only 10 to 20 individuals left. With all the efforts of preserving them, Everglades managed to maintain its ecology with over 130 panthers as of today. Number 3. The St. Johns River is the longest river in Florida, stretching close to 310 miles or 500 kilometers long. The St. Johns River connects around 3.5 million people within its watersheds. Furthermore, in contrast to most rivers where water flows from north to south, the St. Johns River's water flows from the south going to the north. Number 4. Jacksonville, Florida is the biggest city in the United States with an area of 874 square miles, or 2,265 square kilometers, and a population of almost 1 million. Jacksonville got its name after Andrew Jackson, the 7th U.S. president from 1829 to 1837. Number 5. Florida has the most golf courses in the country. Home to over 1,300 golf courses, many consider that Florida is the golf capital of the world. Palm Beach County has more golf courses than any other county in the entire U.S. The World Golf Hall of Fame is in St. Johns County. Though golf might have started in Scotland, it's become a favorite pastime in Florida. The state's weather makes it a perfect spot for year-round games, so the golf season never has to end. Number 6. Orlando is the most visited city in Florida. This is mostly because the popular theme park, Disney World, is located here. It attracts over 50 million visitors each year. With this in mind, Orlando's total visitors every year skyrockets to 75 million annual visitors. Also, 10 million people visit Universal Studios Orlando every year. Number 7. The orange blossom is Florida's state flower. The 1909 legislature selected the orange blossom as the state flower of Florida. Orange blossoms are one of the most fragrant flowers in the state. Many of these white flowers spread their fragrance throughout Central and South Florida during orange blossom time. Number 8. The most powerful hurricane to hit Florida was Hurricane Michael, striking 161 mile or 260 km per hour. Hurricane Michael formed on October 7, 2018, and dissipated on October 16, 2018, amassing a total damage of $25.1 billion. Number 9. Florida came out of the ocean around 30 million years ago. In prehistoric times, Florida was submerged underwater. However, due to geological changes over time, Florida finally emerged from the sea some 30 million years ago. Over next 100 years, the ocean may submerge Florida again. As sea levels continue to rise, Miami, for instance, is at the risk of flooding over by 2060. Number 10. Muhammad Ali rose to prominence after a February fight in Miami. In February 1964, Ali won the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship. He was still known as Cassius Clay at the time. If it weren't for that, he might have never had the career he's known for. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, a subscribe to my channel will be wonderful. I want to reach 100 subscribers at the end of this year. If you are already subscribed, share my videos to your friends. Okay, now back to business. Number 11. Miami is famous for its streamlined modern and Art Deco buildings. Miami's streets are full of beautiful buildings. However, if you're not an architecture fanatic, you might not realize that Miami has one of the largest collections of Art Deco and streamlined Moderna buildings in the USA. Walking down the street, you'll notice tons of Miami landmarks that use abstract shapes and designs. These buildings give Miami the retro yet still futuristic look it's become famous for. Number 12. Florida has the longest coastline in the contiguous United States. Other states may have long coasts, but none beat Florida. With over 1,300 miles or 2,092 kilometers of coastline, it almost doubles California's, the second largest in the country. Number 13. Panthers are indigenous to Florida. The Florida panther is usually found in the state's south due to the climate and landscape. However, they can be seen up north as well. Number 14. Suntan lotion was invented in Miami. A Miami pharmacist invented the first modern sunblock suntan lotion during World War II. He later perfected this formula after the war, creating the Coppertone brand in the process. Number 15. Florida has a local myth called skunk ape. This mythological ape-like giant has been a legend in Florida since 1974. While not yet famous around the country, skunk ape sightings still pop up all over South Florida. Number 16. Lake Okeechobee is Florida's largest freshwater lake. Florida has over 1,000 lakes within its borders, so one of them had to be the biggest. That title goes to Lake Okeechobee in Clewiston and Pahokee. The lake covers over 700 square miles, or 1812 square kilometers, of land. However, it's only about 12 feet or 4 meters deep, so while it might be the largest as far as space, it's nowhere near the deepest lake in the state. Number 17. Florida means land of flowers in Spanish. When Spanish explorers first landed on the coast, they were shocked by the number of wildflowers that grew in nature. Thus came the inspiration for the state's name. Number 18. The world's smallest police station is in Carabel, Florida. There are plenty of small police stations around, especially in small towns, but in 1963, this Florida town took small to a new level. At that time, the police station was just the size of a telephone booth. Number 19. There's an annual mullet toss at the Floribama line. A mullet is a type of fish, not just a hairstyle. The festivities involve tossing a dead fish from Florida over the state line into Alabama. It's been a July 4th staple for the area since 1985. Number 20. Florida is home to the West Indian manatee. The West Indian manatee is a threatened marine mammal species that calls the Florida coast home. You can even find them in Biscayne Bay and the Miami area. There are many statewide conservation efforts to help keep the manatee population from dipping too low. Number 21. Florida is the only state that borders both the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. Since Florida is a peninsula, much of it has a coastal border. However, the same can be said about other USA states. Unlike other peninsulas or coastal states, Florida doesn't just border one body of water. It borders both the Gulf of Mexico on its western coast and the Atlantic Ocean on its eastern coast.